Hey, Classic, what's up? Doing good. Just finally getting back to things. Trying to get things slowed down. Had to come up and get some car therapy in today. Need to figure out what size bolts I'm going to have to run to this intake and go down and get them. I'd like to get this finished up one day. Fire it up. We'll be right back. Oh, let me go find my wrenches real quick. think that alternator might be too big, and that might be some of my hitting problems. We're gonna find out. That was my issue all along. But I really gotta change this bracket. To me, looks like I gotta make a bracket. Still wanting to hit. So my problem is, alternator when it comes down wants to rest on the valve cover. So I'm gonna have to take this bracket, cut it down here, and weld it to my other bracket. It sticks the alternator, it clocks it a little bit further out and a little higher out. That's what I mocked everything up with. And then I decided to go power steering, and it just threw everything off. Different bracket set up, different location on it for things. So that's what we're gonna have to do. Which kind of sucks, but that's playing with cars. Always gonna burn you somewhere. Huh. There you are. Oh, I gotta get down. I'd like to run a Holley front runner system, but man, they are pricey. Let me tell you what, they are pricey. Beer Gut, what's going on? Chevy, Tyler J. Oh man. Kind of nice to be able to get back out in the garage, I can tell you guys that much. It's been a minute. Yeah. That ain't working out. Hey guys, let me tell you what, it is hot in this show. Holy cow. What's up, Chris? Speaking of dusty money, you're gonna blow the cobwebs out of that wallet. Only thing getting dusty, the old girl, she getting dusty. But that's what happens when they sit in the body shop. They get dusty. Yeah, I'm poor too. Oh man. So, what's up with the, what's that, a Dodge Omni I seen you got in there or something? What are we doing with that? Wouldn't surprise me if we end up seeing some Mopar engine, one with a 871 blower sticking on top of it outside the hood of that other Omni. That will be cool. Whew. Guys, I gotta get, it's hot. I gotta step outside. I do need to kind of, you know what? I do need to figure out the real estate on the wiring. I don't really know what I got behind the dash. I am gonna have to figure that out. I'll tell you that much. But, you know, look at that pretty interior. I mean, that is just some really sharp custom stuff. I'm going for the minimalist look on it. That's what I'm trying for. Lower you down, stick you in the car. Can you see? Can you see anything? How's that? Ow. So, let's shed some light on what my problems are here. I'm running vintage air, so it's going to take up a lot of real estate behind the dash. I need to be able to mount the Holley Terminator system and my transmission controller. Why didn't I get the Holley with the transmission controller? People may ask. Well, that's because I was going a different route with a different company and a different controller at that time, and they didn't offer the transmission controller all into one. So that's why I went with TCI for their 4L80 transmission controller. So that's why I need to do all that other stuff. Go try to figure my real estate out.
Real estate?
Yes, because it's going to be at a premium when I put that vintage air system in here. And I got so many computers that got to get mounted up.
Yes, sir, you do.
I got the Holley, the TCI, and all that other stuff.
Oh, you uncovered it.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get the right bolts for the intake. Because they're too short. I got to get longer ones now.
Because of that spacer?
Yeah, and I tried a different alternator setup. But the case size doesn't affect. Smaller case size, it still hits the valve cover. So I'm going to have to take that old bracket. We're going to have to cut the lower section for the power steering off of it and then mount it, you know, take everything back together so I can clock the alternator in a different position and send it out and use the original setup on how I mocked everything up when I built the engine.
Right. And then hope you can get a belt down.
Well, I should be able to get a belt, but you know, they make them forever and a day long anymore.
KG says, Adam, how are you?
Doing good. Doing good.
He's doing his finest frog hair washed in there.
That's pretty fine.
That's pretty fun.
Pretty fine.
Alright guys, I'm gonna drop off here. I'm gonna tell you the truth, I'm gonna get sick.
So some of the other things are, okay, what's up, man? So it's not only figuring out where you're gonna put everything, it's figuring out where you're gonna pop everything through the firewall, what's gonna work best with your wiring. Because you can put it anywhere, but you know, Holly's wiring is only so long. So you can only pull it so far away. And to be honest with you, I think I'm seeing some areas that I can put it. But so the vintage air is going to run from what I see. It's going to run from that corner of the dash way over there to just about the center, about a quarter of the way through the opening of the gauge pack. Sitting in there is your defrost vents, and the vintage air SureFit unit will allow me to retain the defrost. It'll give me heat and everything else. That's one of the reasons why I'm going with that. Plus, it kind of fits the contour of the dash a little bit better. So that means I have a little bit of room in between the defrost vent in there, and then I got from the steering column over to the firewall that's got to fit the Holley box. This is the TCI unit. Here. I got to be able to mount 2 boxes up that size. And then I was looking at some wiring harnesses, and I've decided that I'm going to go with Ron Francis wiring. Yeah, beer gut. I'm on the camera. That's why I got a right-hand drive car now. We really modified the hell out of it to do that. So yeah, anyway, the Ron Francis, they got a really nice kit where everything's kind of self-contained in a small section right here where all your 7 relays, all your fuses, 22 circuits, and then on the outside perimeter, it's got all your connection points that are clearly labeled and color-coded with the wiring that they give you. So that's who's going to run all the other stuff that's not computer controlled. But I tell you what, man, it's nice to get back out here. It's been a while since I worked on the car. Been a while since I was able to pick on. Well, he's hiding from me now. Been a while since I was able to pick on Daryl. But now I got to watch where I put my hands because, like I said, I ain't used to working on stuff that's so pretty. Ow, ow, ow. Anyway, guys. I'm going to post a couple videos, guys. It's been a while since I put anything on. So we're going to post some videos. I'll get them up this weekend. I got a really cool demo of a bent stud puller slash slide hammer unit that I bought. We're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna see what that does. A little bit more on what we're doing with the wiring on the car. I have a better plan on it. Like I said, I gotta figure out what bolts I need for the intake so I can finally start mapping that out and getting that done. That way it's not just sitting on there anymore. We gotta figure out what we're gonna do with the openings on the hood, because I cannot find good anywhere. I cannot find good hood scoops, factory Chevelle scoops, anywhere. They're all warped and everything else. They're garbage. Everyone you find is garbage. And you look at the 60-year-old pot metal ones from the original ones, man, they're half them are just as beat up too. They don't fit real well. So I got some dimple die pattern panels that I got from Jeremy over at JG Innovations. We're gonna end up putting something like that in there. And then maybe something, I don't know, maybe we might try to hand form something that's going to be paintable and a little more permanent. I will tell you the one thing we did mess up on is I did not know there was 2 generations of hoods on this car. On the 66 Chevelles, they had first gen, second gen, early 66, and then everything, later 66. And early 66s sit on top of the hood. Later 66s sit flush because they sit down in the opening. Yeah, we found that out after he did the magic with the hood. So, oops. We'll figure it out. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna get going. I gotta go cool down and get a couple things figured out. Alright, guys. Take it easy, everyone. Thanks for stopping by.